Expose number 2, the real reason why the Navy chief quit after the accident on board INS Sindhuratna. Your channel is revealing tonight how not 1 or 2 but 3 specific written reminders were sent from the Western Command to the Ministry of Defence asking specifically for new batteries for India's submarines, including INS Sindhuratna, which had the accident last Wednesday. This is the evidence that the Navy chief, the now ex-Navy chief Admiral Joshi, confronted the Defence Minister with. And he told Mr. Antony that had he not sat on these requests, Navy officer Lieutenant Manoranjan Kumar and fellow officer Lieutenant Commander Kapish Muwal would have been alive today.
On 26th of February 2014, for the first time in the history of India, a naval chief resigned, claiming responsibility for the repeated accidents surrounding the faulty naval submarines. Hours after the fire on the INS Sindhuratna claimed the lives of 2 brave officers. But today, Times now exposes the real reason for Admiral AK Joshi's resignation. Your channel has accessed letters sent by the Western Naval Command to the Ministry of Defence, which reveals how AK Antony was repeatedly warned by the Navy on the disaster that was waiting to happen.
Old batteries can cause harm and have caused harm in the past. Now we have full evidence that the Navy wrote at least 3 letters complaining about old batteries and that these old batteries needed to be replaced immediately. It wasn't such a difficulty because these batteries are made in India.
In a letter written to the Defence Ministry in April 2012, the Western Command of the Navy had put forth the critical requirement of battery sets for a number of submarines. The INS Sindhuratna, which caught fire due to battery failure, was the topmost in that list, with its batteries set to expire by December 2012. Despite following it up with another letter to expedite the process of procurement, no batteries were provided. On the 8th of May 2013, the Navy wrote yet another letter to the Ministry of Defence intimating them that in the absence of new batteries, another submarine's batteries were being used on the INS Sindhuratna. Shockingly, the Defence Ministry ignored 3 crucial warnings, which perhaps could have saved the lives of over 20 sailors. And the INS Sindhuratna, that was fitted with the Sindhu Kesari's old batteries that had 11-month shelf life, caught fire within 10 months. Incidentally, due to battery problem when the submarine was being tested for seaworthiness.
Sheer grit, willpower, bravery will get you somewhere. But you still cannot fight with blunt swords. Chief of a Navy with 18 months left resigning because obviously he is not getting the kind of support that he needs.
Let alone keeping reserve stock. The Indian Navy is not even provided with the batteries to allow the day-to-day patrols. Submarines are running either on old and expired batteries or borrowed ones.
There is a backlog of supplying batteries to submarines, although they require them only once in 4 years. This is very distressing. I can understand if the equipment is supposed to come from abroad, and the suppliers, the original suppliers from abroad are creating trouble. But this is manufactured in India.
These naval documents accessed by Times Now exposing how the Defence Ministry was willingly compromising the lives of the naval officers, revealing the government's appalling apathy for those who are willing to sacrifice their lives for the country.
That is not the Chief of Naval Staff who set an absolutely outstanding example of a sense of responsibility. It is our good Defence Minister who ought to resign, accept responsibility.
The question is, does India need a Defence Minister who has repeatedly staked the lives of our forces? Isn't it only fair that AK Antony steps down immediately? With Srinjoy Chaudhary in Delhi, Anand Narasimhan, Times Now.